Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another YouTube video. Yes, in today's video, it is pretty hot outside, so I have taken my shirt off. You know, got it up to the shoulders, so it's good. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about my 3-day fast that I had and kind of go over how you can do it safely and the results that I had from it. So going into it, you know, Spirit called me to do this fast, and you know, I had thought about doing it for a while. You know, I really wanted to do it for a while. Whenever I told my mom about it, she pretty much was totally against it. She didn't really want me to do that. She thought it was very unsafe for me. And so I was kind of just like, you know what? I was a little bit annoyed, but I was like, okay, whatever. And then later, you know what I mean? Spirit was really nudging me like, okay, this is the time, bro. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I just did it, you know. And you know, going into it, I was a little bit, I wasn't sure how my body was going to react, but surprisingly enough, it was actually very easy for me. You know, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be going into the 3 days coming up. And you know, if you're researching, you know, I did extensive research on the water fast, you know what I mean? Just to make sure that I was doing everything right and so that I didn't mess up anything. And because of this, I was able to do it safely. So I want to come on here to tell you that if you're thinking about doing this, you know, first off, you have to make sure that what you're eating isn't like a bunch of like junk food. You know, I'm not saying that my diet is the best, but I eat relatively clean, you know, but if you're eating like a lot of junk food, then it's going to be hard for you to do this because your body is going to need like a lot of, it's used to a lot of, you know, toxins and neurochemicals, so it might not be the healthiest to do it for you. You know, I'm not saying that it isn't, but just do your research on it and you'll be able to find out on your own. But for me, you know, I eat relatively clean, and so what had happened was I started Tuesday was my last meal. So my last meal was around 3. And then I went on until Friday at 3, it was at around like 2:30 or 2:40. So it wasn't quite 72 hours, but it was, you know, pretty much 3 days for me. Anyways, how I was able to do this safely is you have to drink a lot more water than you usually do. Something that I figured out by doing research was that we eat, a lot of the foods that we have contain water in it, you know what I mean? So we're already getting a lot of water from the foods that we eat. And so because of this, if you do this without water, because of this, you have to drink more water than you usually do on a day-to-day basis, you know? And so just keep that in mind. Just constantly be downing some water. You know, every time you have that hungry thought that comes to mind, down it. Take a couple sips of water. This is a great way to, you know, hydrate your body properly, and especially if you're doing this safely, you know what I mean? And I recommend only doing this for like 3 to 5 days. No longer than that unless you're getting like really pure water. You know, because a lot of the water in our water supply actually has fluoride in it. And if you don't know, fluoride actually calcifies the pineal gland. And so if you're doing this for a long time, you know, make sure that the water that you're drinking is very clean. And so, yeah, it was a pretty good experience. You know, like I said, 3 days. It wasn't as hard as I thought. You know, the third day when I woke up, my stomach was rumbling really badly. And I practiced this and I went like a day without eating. And I felt pretty good, you know what I mean? I did feel a little lethargic, but one thing that you're gonna notice is the first day, you're gonna feel the most tired. This is because your body isn't used to not having food for that long, you know what I mean? So it's not gonna know what to do, but the body is very smart, so it adapts, right? And it starts consuming the actually fat cells in your body. That's what I've heard. Anyways, and when I usually weigh around 166 to like 169, like I fluctuate between that type of weight. When I stepped on the scale, I was like 161, so I had lost weight. I'd lost like 4 or 5 pounds, and so you're gonna lose weight, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's only like 5 pounds, you will lose weight, because I'd consider myself pretty skinny. So if you're a little bit heavier than me, then you probably will lose a little bit more. But yeah, overall, I think it's a great way if you are trying to clean out your system, if you're trying to clear up everything within your body. A lot of us don't realize that a lot of the foods that we eat actually contain neurotoxins, which actually toxify our body, which makes our body acidic, you know what I mean? And it makes us a lot more prone to stress, anxiety, and just a lot of other health conditions. What this water fast does is it clears you out, you know what I mean? So by the second or third day, you should have everything just out of your system. And this is great because part of life is kind of releasing old energies, right? And I've had to do this with a lot of limiting belief systems within my life, right? One time I had a lot of limiting belief systems, I had to let that go. But what did it do for me? It made room for a lot more new and positive ideas within my mind. And same thing with this fast, right? If you're doing this, I encourage you guys to really decide and change your eating habits, you know what I mean? That was the lesson that I got from it, because I didn't really know why I was doing it. I just felt like I needed to do it. And the overall message for me was that from now on, there are certain foods that I'm not going to be eating anymore. You know what I mean? And it's because of how it makes me feel, right? You have to listen to your body. Your body is crucial. You have to treat your body like a temple, right? And so just listen to your body, you know what I mean? You're gonna know what it is that your body wants and what it is that your body doesn't need, because of how you feel, right? The foods that I ate that made me feel bad, I knew instantly as soon as I woke up because I had a sharp pain in my stomach. But my mind knew exactly what food it was, right? So just keep all that in mind. One more thing before I go. If you are doing this and if you are drinking water, make sure that it's a high pH, right? Like when I did this challenge, I had 3 very large bottles of Essentia. If you don't know what that brand is, it's a 9.5 pH water. Anything above like 7, because that makes it alkaline. And alkaline water is a lot better for the system than water that is lower on the pH scale. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys can maybe do this for yourself, you know what I mean? It was very beneficial for me. There was a very big lesson that I learned from this, so I hope you guys can learn a lesson as well. And with that being said, guys, if you want to get a discount on these amazing health products that I've been getting, feel free to click the link in my description. You can get up to 15% off. And what it is, I've been taking this mushroom elixir, which is 8 medicinal mushrooms. 8 medicinal mushrooms, 100% organic, the whole of the fruiting body, And what this has helped me with in the past week alone is it's helped me boost my immune system naturally, as well as give me a lot of energy without the crash. And I'm not saying that to advertise this product, but I am saying that because it actually has. You know, funny enough, I worked out for the first time in a while, you know what I mean? I don't usually work out, but I actually did for the first time in a while. So make sure to get your hands on those products down in my description. And with that being said, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness, my friends. Mwah.